And we're back again. So there's not much really to catch up from last episode. I think really we just did a ton of army movements and took out more things. We are still heading down to the Hollow Tree just for reagents, but it annoys me that there's places on the map we haven't been that are so close. We got another relic for Sealer, which was the Blinding Light. You can pause it there if you want to read through it all, but it seems pretty good. Now, we're heading still down here. We've just gone over midnight, so we've done, I believe, we usually would leave off with everything done. So the Vanguard force hasn't moved, but we're just waiting for reinforcements at this point, because they're using convicts. And I think I remember, can we recruit those now? No. We already did it. Convicts, mounted scouts, and inquisitors we can't get, but that's the plan, to get more armies for them. The reinforced group will head back because they're only usually good for moving armies out into other places. Mercenary group is also waiting for more units to come through, basically, and the only thing we're doing is waiting for things to unfold. As is the plan many times, we're going to try and get to Green Gates. We won't. We all know we won't already. We know we're not going to get there. Something else is going to come up, and we're not going to get there. But we may get closer to it. But for now, we're going to go down and get these reagents. Marked rock. More reagents. Because our perception is so much higher now. This is going to happen a lot, isn't it? Spiral shell, meteor dust, flower, sweet wine. I'm guessing we go there to get to that one. We're tired. Do we need to rest? No. We'll see if we can survive till the next day. Edible moss, barley. Yep, got all that. Okay. Let's now head back to Dresden to sort out the corruption. Oh, we've got decrees. It is the next day. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Ah, yes, the cultists. Captive cultists will be given a chance to prove themselves in training fights, so we're now getting cultists. Cultists. We could do an outpost expansion, but what would be the purpose of that? 1/4 of the outpost at level 3, with at least 3 out of 4 construction slots filled, can be upgraded to a bastion level. By upgrading the bastion, the will expand its territory for buildings, as well as allow the construction of advanced structures there. Do I want to do that? Also, does it actually tell me where they are? That's a lot of materials, isn't it? Oh, we've got double that, in fact. What does it level up? Logistics. I think that's our highest anyway, isn't it? It's actually our lowest. Okay. Maybe it's worth doing. I mean, it's the only thing we can do. Why can't we do these? Because we're doing diplomacy already. Diplomacy already. I mean, we may as well then. We have nothing else to do, and we have far more than the funds required for it, so... It didn't tell me which one's being upgraded though, did it? It just says upgrade a bastion. So somewhere is being upgraded in 7 days. Not sure where. The likelihood of being able to get back here without resting, but we now have a teleport circle there. Which hopefully, if we're in Dresden... No, see, it still goes up even though we're there, so let's see... Let's enter, go to the Citadel, and rest. These things usually happen when we go to the Citadel as well, so can't completely rule that out. Now let us think, what can we do after this? We're going to go to Green Gates. Must go to Green Gates. Ah. Captain? Hail, Commander. Permission to report. Although desertion has been halted, not everyone appreciated your methods. A circle of discontents formed within the officers' ranks, calling themselves the Wary. There are no blatant signs of sedition, otherwise they would have been arrested. Still, their talk is concerning. We can't rely on them. We need our own trusted officers. I suggest enlisting some of the volunteers. We get some very capable fighters among the fresh blood every day. The kind that could be made sergeants straight away. We need those who know meaning of honor. We'll call paladins and knights from reputable orders, and they'll serve as an example to our soldiers, boosting everyone's morale too. Officers are unworthy of their rank, can always be replaced. We can identify experienced sergeants with reliable records of results, then promote them. Mendev is full of promising youths who are overlooked when their seniors were promoted to serve in your army. We can call them here, award them rank, and they'll be grateful to us until the end of their days. Why exactly are they unsatisfied? We raised privates' pay and gave them enhanced rations with expected results. Unfortunately, some of the officers felt themselves deprived of these benefits. They're now spreading dangerous ideas. So they were expecting bribes, the opportunists. I did warn you, elites always take offense when gifts and affections of the authorities are directed to someone else. And one more thing. I apologize if this sounds disrespectful, but these are the sentiments within the ranks. For an entire century, the Queen was the face of the crusade. Even though she personally appointed you as commander, many still consider you an upstart unworthy of the high title. Many officers and soldiers dream of Her Majesty taking the lead. Alright, give me some further details. As you command. What's your plan, Sealer? We need most honourable loyal officers. Where else can we find them but among the chivalric orders and paladins? We'll invite valiant knights to Dresden and make them officers. Another best hope for Crusader. I don't need more paladins near me as a demon. That sounds fabulous, but there's just one tiny little problem. Who do you think has been filling these positions until now? Did it really not cross my dearest cousin's mind to recruit your favourable paragons of honour and faith as officers? Your proposal has repeated exactly the same thing that's been going on without you for the last 100 years. Okay. Regular. Appointing officers from the outside is a mistake. We should move our most distinguished privates up ranks. The troops will be more eager to trust their former comrades and try to climb the ladders themselves. Of course, these officers will also prove more loyal to their newcomers invited from who knows where. There's some truth to that. I became who I am by making all the way from the thief to a paladin. But soldiers need not just generals, but mentors too. They need officers who embody honour and bravery. Showing the true meaning of these virtues as someone once showed me. Darren? There are plenty of ambitious young men and women in Mendev waiting for the chance to prove themselves. They'll move mountains for whom it gives them the chance. The aspirations of a hot-headed youth are the best fuel for war. Sure, why don't we just invite some privileged youths as our officers, gamblers, status seekers, fops, and brilliant poets, unappreciated by the masses. That's what's been missing in our commanding ranks. I can see the Count misses the high life dearly, and I would like to invite along the entirety of the Captain's leisure class to join him in carousing. I can't stop him, so he can invite them to his heart's content, but not to serve here as officers. And Captain? There are volunteers arriving every day with some capable people in their midst. I wasn't a rookie when I joined the Crusade after all, 100 years of military experience. We can rely on these new leaders to replenish our command staff. Should we entrust the lives to our soldiers or to strangers? I'm not so sure. I think Regal's idea might be the best, of advancing soldiers already within our ranks and making them like us more. Choose the deserving promotion among the privates. Certainly. I already have the list prepared. I can present it immediately so that those who excelled can be fairly rewarded for their performance. I hope that these measures will solve the issue in the end. If we have further complications, I will call the council at once. Cool. Well, that was productive. I think. See the results of that soon. Not gone through to Arueshalae in a while, but we need to go to Green Gates. I remember. We need to go there. According to my calculations, accumulation of wealth is pointless. At a certain stage, expenses increase exponentially, exceeding income. I can easily believe that some wastrels spend all their wealth on girls and card games, but a businessman knows how to handle his money. Your calculations are only correct for a certain population. And we made the food. Time has gone by. Let's exit and manage from there. Okay, we're getting there. Green Gates, Green Gates, Green Gates. We're not far away. We don't need to move any armies at this point because we're just waiting for recruits. Outer scouts and cultists. There, we've got the cultists there as well. Okay, we can't. No one's using cultists yet. But what we can do is that was a repeatable decree, so eventually it will become more and more. The Hell Knight army doesn't need to. It can move, I guess, but we don't want it to get into any fights just yet. No. Because the energy needs to replenish quite a lot before we do that. And then let's get our reinforced group at least back in Dresden. Now we have the Vanguard, the Reinforced, the Mercs, and our 2 other units. Mounted Scouts. Someone's using Mounted Scouts. Oh. No, you're Headhunters. You're not Mounted Scouts at all. I completely lied. Is anyone using Headhunters? No. Okay. So we're building new armies. That's fine. But we want to go to Green Gates. 22 hours. Oh god, it's going to go another day. Something's going to happen that's going to distract us. Yeah, we've got new recruits though. Mounted Scouts are what we want. They don't cost a lot. They can go straight into that army. More mongrel fighters. Oh, more rangers. We actually have an army that they will fit into. I believe. We can finally start putting some more in this reinforcement group. We don't want to get slingers. But we will need to recruit the Mongols into your army and bring them down to the Hell Knights army. It's a long journey, but who did we get for this? Nothing. Marksman. I don't think anyone's using Marksman, are they? You're using Marksman. Which are they? 2,000. I spent a lot of influence points here, but we are stronger for it. And the reinforced group now has another 22 that we can pop into this army. Getting to them, however, is a long journey. I feel like there may be another way down to them, so this journey is much shorter. We'll see how far they can get after. Hopefully. Ooh. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Excellent. 119. And the reinforcement group can go back after now. What do we need to manage then? An event. Cursed children. Demons have been stealing children in Canabras and possessing their bodies so they can get close enough to the Crusaders to deliver a dagger strike. The officers are asking how they should proceed when encountering the possessed. Saving the children must come first. Safety of the soldiers must come first. What choice effects are these? Good. Crusade morale increases by 30 or you receive the vulnerable feat for 30 days. More military. I can't have my units being vulnerable. We're taking on too much army. Tough choices must be made. There are times when Warderman's cruel decisions and the souls of the poor children have already been touched by the abyss. The soldiers will try to save them if they can, but caring for their comrades' lives will take priority. Not the ideal choice, we all know that, but it's a choice we had to make. I can't have my army be invulnerable for that long. We're making too many ways into there right now. What's that got in it? Is that a Brimarark? Yeah, see, they're immune to fire. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, immunities, energy, electricity, and fire. So they're a tougher opponent. We need the energy from the other spells to work them out. Okay. We're going to get tired, we know that. Cancel. I'd quite like to at least go down this route here. No, we want to rest outside of this location. That's what we want to do. So you think nothing gets past you? Now you notice everything, huh? I bet you won't be able to guess which cup the peer's under. Just watch. I put it under the middle one, swap them round and round again. The first peer is in your hand. The spare's behind your ear, judging by the engraving you stole the cups from, the silken thread in Canabras. Well, there's no trick in Rago. Ah, good. Managed to do the corruption. Time's moved on. It is a minute past midnight. We'll reflect a full movement. I don't want to go in just yet. That's still quite a low amount of energy, but it'd be nice to open up some of these passageways, see where they actually go. Okay, so that's all around there. Vanguard, reinforce. Reinforce, go back to Dresden. You've done your job for now. Head back. Because we can't do anything just yet. We could probably build something in Dresden. We've not done that for a while, to be honest. We're probably missing out on quite a few things. Build. Yeah, we can build literally everything. Okay. We already have a training ground, don't we? Yes. Yes, because it's anything adjacent buildings are trainable units. So units in adjacent things are stronger. So we're now going to start on some units. Where's the units one? Hall of Glory. Bible trophies captured by Crusaders draw glory hunting mercenaries to the Crusade for the chance to join the illustrious. Hall of Glory reduces the cost of mercenary units by 5%. Only one can be built in each fort. Hall of Strategy, +1 bonus. Already have a hospital. Main archery range, allows recruitment and provides weekly recruitment growth for archers, rangers, bandits, marksmen, slingers, and headhunters if available. Main barracks is conscripts, footmen, spearmen. Institution where the souls of fortune. I mean, I don't know what's best, I genuinely don't. What we could do is just go down the list. That'd be a really cheap way of doing it. Why don't we do the buildings we can only build one of? One approximately can be built in each fort except Dresden. Except Dresden. Only one engineer's workshop can be built in total. Only one Hall of Glory can be built in each fort, and that doesn't say except Dresden. So let's just get some only one can be built buildings out of the way. A smithy? No, only one except Dresden. The shelter's what we need in other towns, because we could rest there and get rid of the corruption. Ooh, what do we need here? I don't think there are any others. Anyone can be built in each fort. A mercenary guild. Okay, we'll go for that next then. I've spent a lot of points, and they are taking... How long is it? 3 days. 5 days. And logistics will go up quite a decent amount by 9,000 points. And how much do we need? We need 100,000. And we have 84. No, we're not getting that next time. Okay. But we are making more progress on that. Armies are fine. Let's go. Into Green Gates. We made it. We made it. We're doing an objective. Just to remind everyone for the 15th million time. It's Demon Heresy, isn't it? We are trying to find out why we keep having... well, we're trying to find out where these overly powerful demons keep coming from. So there could be some tough fights in here. Let's find out. Okay. This looks a bit more evil than I expected here. This is very corrupted, isn't it? Can we see through there? We can. Can't see anything there, though, specifically. It's raining blood! Hello? Arueshalae! I set you free. Hello. A demoness looks down on you at the top of the crumbling fortress wall. The same demon you freed from the dungeon in Dresden. The one who appeared in your dream. You are able to observe her properly for the first time, noting her delicate features. The demoness is stunning, but her eerie and unnerving beauty bears only the slightest trace of humanity. Thank you for heeding my call. I did not think you would come. I've not felt that. Why did you call me here? I want to help you. You want to know where the demons with unusual powers are coming from. There is a creature hiding in the fortress right now who is privy to the demon's schemes. Catch her and she will tell you what you want to know. Who actually are you? I'm a demon, a succubus who has killed many mortals, but beyond that, I am also a heretic. I betrayed the demons, cursed their lords, forswore their beliefs and works, and joined the side of the mortals. I still have not earned forgiveness for everything I've done, not from Desna, not from the mortals, not even from myself. But I will earn it someday. When the Crusaders finally defeat the Abyss, I will know what I played. That I played my part in it. Why are you helping me? I've been helping the Crusaders for the last few years. I spy on the demons, I kill them, I sabotage their weapons. I pass on information about their plans to the mortals via the priests of Desna in Canabras. I do all this because I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be one of them. Why should I trust you? I don't know. I'm a demon, and I know this looks an awful lot like a trap. Everything I'm telling you could be a well-crafted lie. I've done nothing to deserve your trust. You're doing yourself no favours here, love. You really need to work on your sales power. Let's say I believe you. What then? There's a hag by the name of Jarunica hiding in this fortress. She lived here before the fall of Socorus, but when the demons arrived, she was happy to throw in her lot with them. The senile old cannibal knows many secrets, including the one you seek. Beware, you are dealing with a creature that is very old, very devious, and very dangerous. She may not be a demon, but she can move like one. If you hesitate, she will slip from your grasp before you even know it. Fortunately, there is a relic of Desna in this very fortress, the Bell of Mercy. It will help you catch the hag, like a cat in a mousetrap. No, wait, you don't say that, do you? Like a mouse in a cat trap? Never mind. What matters is that you must catch her. Hey, doesn't this sound like we're getting mixed up in something that's really got nothing to do with us? There's some ruins, and some bell, and some hideous beasts. Maybe more than one. We could die over this, over nothing. And then what are people going to say about me once I'm dead, eh? Well, just the idiot who tried to swipe a rusty old bell. Now that's just shameful. Well, what if I were to tell you that I once read a dusty old tome that said there was a treasure somewhere in these ruins? That the army's coffers were left behind when the Crusaders beat their retreat from here. Untold riches, half a year's salary for thousands of warriors. Let's say I knew where to find this hoard. What do you think? Would it be worth your while venturing into these ruins for a cut of, say, 25% of the loot? What's that now? I think I've heard 25, but I'm sure what you meant to say was 40. If that's the case, then I'm in. So how much gold do you reckon is in there, roughly? How should I know is a hypothetical question. Why on earth would an army abandon their coffers full of gold here? I'd wager that the most daring hunters can expect is a handful of coins from a soldier's hidden stash. But 30% of those coins are yours. I'm a man of my word, after all. What can you tell me about this hag? Did you know that there are different kinds of hags? Jarunica is one of the more terrifying types, an Anis hag. This flesh-eater possesses frightening evil magic powers. She is not a demon, but she is far more cunning than many inhabitants of the Abyss. Don't listen to her rigmarole and don't believe her evasions. Just grab her, put a knife in her throat, and demand straight answers. And don't forget, like demons, she can travel huge distances by magic. But the sound of the bell will stop her from slipping away. Well, you just told me how the bell will help, we'll ask. It's an ancient relic of Desna. The Crusaders brought it here when there was still hope the Socorus could be retaken easily. Then the world wound expanded and the Crusaders were forced to retreat, leaving the bell behind. The demons tried to corrupt it or destroy it, but they couldn't. The bell burned them when they touched it. They managed to rip the bell's clapper from it, but that didn't take it far. Look for it, it should be around here somewhere. Desna imbued the bell with powerful protective magic. If you strike it, all demons that ilk inside the fortress will be unable to move. If the hag cannot move, she will not be able to evade you. How did you know the hag was here, though? We know each other of old. Actually, that's not quite true. We've never met in person, but I have been tracking her for quite some time. She shows up here and there, but every time I try to pin her down, she vanishes. I hope that this time she won't slip away so easily. Arueshalae seems agitated, and you detect a tremor in her voice. It seems hunting the hag means an awful lot to her, but you have a sneaking suspicion that the circus has not told you the full story. Can you help me fight it? Naturally. I understand. May Desna aid us. Okay, looking for a clapper to a bell to kill a hag with. Is it in this barrel? It's not. Well, I'm out of ideas. Okay.
Move out.
So it's going to be some tough fights. Or Jiff,
Don't mind me.
if you could just...
Pretty good, aren't I?
You are very good. We've managed without you in a very rudimentary way before. How dare you come here?
I'll tear your throat out.
She did shoot them a bit before then. She did a lot of damage. If they all want to move next to each other, that would be ideal for me. Especially for him. They all have fire resistance, so a fireball's not ideal here. What if we did this? You didn't hit anyone. I just hit Sealer. You told me you were hitting everyone. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Regil, just go and hit it.
Not an option.
How much health's it got? Enough to die and possibly take out that one, or at least damage it.
I'll rip you apart!
It's no joke though. And of course a mirror image. Well, let's make our life a little bit easier. Get the whip on. Summon our own buddy. For distraction purposes mostly. Shall rage and get in there ourselves, I think. No, we can't from here. Okay, we can get ready though. Interesting.
Into the fray!
Right, let's try this again, shall we? This says it will hit those three. 0 damage to the Vrock. You're letting me down a little bit here, if I'm honest.
Kneel before me.
AC is not super high on those. We might be better off just shooting you.
No match for me.
Yeah, the AoE damage is around it. Not bad. Okay. That is.
Let's hear you cry.
The light! Take you! Huh.
You're not seeming to do a lot, are you? Your
Cover
sneak
me,
attacks,
alright?
though? Yeah. No one's hurt just yet, but we'll move you up slightly.
This one's mine.
Nice damage. And let's see if we can get some AoE damage by hitting it. Or just not hit it. Oh. AoE damage, and that one is almost dead. Take out some mirror images from Vrock. Gave you an extra attack. Oh, wait. There we are. Take off the whip. Is this it? Aradin's Wrath. This holy scabbard, while equipped, alters Paladin's Smite's evil class ability, changing the AC bonus it grants from deflection to sacred. Additionally, the wearer's first attack every round does an additional 1d4. Evil characters can't equip it. That seems a very good thing for a paladin. Where does it equip? In here. That's brilliant. Yeah. I'll take that. Nothing really new and interesting here. Potions and money. Nothing of too much importance there.
Head on.
Old Jiff. There could be enemies around there.
What?
Watch and learn. Might be trap, might be treasure.
This is why we sneak, just in case there are enemies around here, as well as the diffuse.
This is my kind of work.
Ooh, that's a tight one. That is a tight one. Okay. I can hear something there.
This is my kind of work.
Definitely heard something there. I wasn't imagining it.
Pay attention.
Bell of Mercy Clapper. Now we just need to find the bell. Oh, there's a mobility check. Is that from this side? Nope, it's from the other side. It's from the other side. Don't do that. Ah.
Only you deserve my obedience.
Do not fear. Do not
For
waver.
you!
I'm sure there's probably a scripted event now. If we go through that door, the other one helps us. Right now, we didn't need her assistance. No, you can stay there. Rage. Oh! Hello! Hello there! Fancy meeting all of you here. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Do we have anything that would be of use here? Not really. They're all immune to fire. We could try a spiked pit under these two and hope for the best. Yeah, I thought as much. No one ever falls into the pit.
Press the attack.
Oh, you should be fine to take out.
I'll rip you apart!
Fortunately, she's around the corner, so she's not actually hitting anyone else, though. Knock me over.
Run them through.
Rude.
Out of my way.
Of course.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Sneak
If
attack.
Abby or Zappy, why not both?
Lovely. Yes,
Retreat
please come over and
is not
assist
an
here.
option.
I was not assisting.
No match for me.
Could be worse. We're doing alright here. Oh, taking some hits there though. Got another go against us in a second. Dazzling them's a good idea. Misses. Yeah, I think that was a good choice. Get in there with your holy hammer of hell. That didn't do a lot. Oh, just get rid of that. Bloody pit. Does nothing. No, you've got plenty of attacks to kill this. Come on. Okay, we can just do it in one. That's the option. Get within range and heal. Alright, we can only get one attack off, so we may as well get 2 attacks off by doing this. Oh, he does have a lot of health though.
Let's hear you cry.
And your strength has gone down by 2 because you hit me.
The light take you.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Distract them from me.
This
Come on.
one's mine.
They'll beg me to stop.
things up slightly. Get another heal off. And now 4 attacks, huh?
Run them through!
Or 2 attacks will do it.
Out of my way!
If there was a scripted event for her to help us, she didn't need to there, did she? Missing anything? Could we have mobility'd over this or something? No.
I lead, you follow.
Okay. What's next? There's not something in here. Ah, Arueshalae, my dear, are you there? And you brought friends. Good, good. All the more for me. The gall! How dare you show up here of all places?
Can we retreat already?
Okay, let's have a look at you then. 21 AC, Blood Rager, monstrous humanoid. Only 21. What's your spell resistance? 28. We fought worse, that's for sure. Seven damage, how does that? Oh, it didn't even look like it touched her. Okay. Undead or no, just chaotic, evil, and monstrous. Let's go prime everyone. Let's test this AC out.
No match for me.
Took a lot of damage there. So how's it going over there, Hag? I feel like you thought this would go better. Can we reach you with that? We can. Let's try out this. It's a whisper a single word in Primordial. It meant to do really well against evil. Failed to overcome it. Displacement and protection from arrows, you say? Can you protect from this? No, nothing can. You are you? You are not resistant to fire.
Let's hear you!
Interesting. The whole round to go and Wendoag coming up. I don't know if this thing's going to actually do anything. He didn't put his spell resistance up, just deflection for arrows. It all depends on how well Wendoag can shoot now. Stop, stop, what are you doing, you reprobates? The beaten hag cowers on the rocks, gone is terrifying monster who were just fighting in its place a small frightened old woman. Why'd you treat an old biddy like me so harshly? Haven't you any shame, you great brutes? Or just can't take his eyes off the hideous groan. Sorry, Granny, but you better stay down. You lay there on the stones or you'll only make it worse for yourself. Don't listen to her, she's just stalling for time. What do you know about the demons with strange abilities? Where are they coming from? Speak. What demons? What are you on about? Under Arueshalae's cold gaze, the hag's face breaks into a grandmotherly smile. Ah, now. Those demons. Wouldn't they be friends of yours, Aru, my dear? What are you picking on off poor old me for, then? I'd tell you everything I know, but you'd know far more than on that score. The colour drains from Arueshalae's face and Hag's smile grows wider, stretching from ear to ear. My little chicken, don't tell me you haven't forgot to told your new toys all that. Kept it to yourself, did you? Take pity on an old woman. Let me go before any more harm's done. You'd better have a word with your little demoness about those demons. You liar! I've never been to the Ivory Sanctum. Where is it you say you've never been, eh? Where? Like you haven't been sniffing round it, seeing who comes and goes. You didn't see all that? I suppose you didn't know even the password, neither I. Your demon girl's lying through her teeth as per usual. Do you two know each other? We've never met in the flesh till now, isn't that right, dearie? But I know an awful lot about her and her tricks and her dalliances with mortals. She's lied to everyone. Everyone, to your side and ours. She's telling the truth. I lied to you, I used you. I could have told you where to look for those demons right away, but I needed someone who could help me get rid of the hag. When I was freed from the dungeons of Dresden, the demons set her on my trail, and I could not have dealt her single-handedly. What are you laughing at? It doesn't matter what I've done, you won't be leaving here alive. A demon using lies and manipulation to get what it wants. This does not surprise me. What does surprise me is that you have done this in an attempt to prove that you are somehow different from her. Wait, don't look at that. I want to ask her about something. Arueshalae gazed reluctant. Alright, but don't let this lying filth confuse you. I'm the lying filth here, am I? Now that the pot's calling the kettle black, a rumour dear. Who are you? Who, me? I'm just a humble old soul, peaceful as they come. I've lived here a fair old while, since the days when these lands were green and no one had ever even heard of the tale of demons before. Those hags aren't as wicked as people make us out to be. It's just nasty gossip. People don't know us, they don't understand us, that's why they fear us. They trot out all sorts of rubbish, that we feast on human flesh, and we bow down to demons and the like. Truth is, we're fae, genuine fae. There's even a tale about it. Want to hear it? That is false. She is no fae. There's been speculation that hags originated in the First World, but the claims are highly dubious, whereas the allegations about human flesh are more plausible and are supported by documented facts. We can skip your stories then, I trust Regal over you. Suit yourself, you're missing out. The hag smacks her lips and gnaws on them. I failed an arcana check. Why do you serve the demons? Me serve demons? No, I'd never. Gavrona's who I serve. Our queen, our protector and patron. Who is this? The angry hag. Okay. Whoever brings harm to women, be it young fillies or old crones like me, we find no shelter from Garuna's wrath. Mother Garuna sees everything she does. The hag's bloodied face breaks into a satisfied grin. Too satisfied. Seems she's stalling for time. If we keep asking her questions, she's gonna teleport away. No, I don't care. Get rid of the hag. Enough talking. Die. With unmatched speed, Arueshalae attacks the hag. She screeches her last rasping cackle, which soon turns into a strangled gurgle. Yep, I'm not letting her get away. There's much I have to explain to confess with please, there's something I want to show you. Come, it's not far. I want to search the hag. Hello? Arueshalae approaches the grave. It is small but surprisingly well maintained, given the surrounding squalor and neglect. Arueshalae touches the cold stone, decorated with a Desna butterfly, like she is greeting an old friend. Silently, she turns to you. She retrieves a map from a bag, marks a mark on it, and holds it out to you. First things first, here. I wasn't lying to you about this. That's where you'll find the Ivory Sanctum, and in it, the secret of the demons with the strange powers. The entrance is hidden under a pile of skulls. I don't know how to open it, and I have never been inside, but cultists enter it somehow, which means that you can find a way to get inside. Who does the grave belong to? My last victim. She was a priestess of Desna. I seduced her and drained her soul. She died in my arms, and I decided to bask in her final reveries, and so I drove into her fading mind. Dreams of Desna's domain, the goddess noticed my sacrilege, but for some reason she showed me mercy instead of punishment. She opened my eyes to who I was and who I could be. When I returned to my senses, the first thing I did was bury my final victim here, and to make a vow before her grave that I would atone for everything I had done. I didn't even know who she was. I seduced her, deceived her, and killed her. She saved my soul. If only I could die and give her back her life. But I can't. All I can do is live on and help those who are still alive. How did you know the hag would be here? When I was freed in Dresden, the demon set her on my trail. She failed to catch me, but she took a hostage of a sort. She threatened to corrupt this grave if I didn't come here and surrender. I knew I could not defeat her on my own, so I used you. I used a lie to get you here so that you would help me kill her. Forgive me, I am sorry. How do you know about the bell? This place, the fortress, the bell tower, I saw them in the dreams of the person lying in the grave. She was on her way here for the bell. She wanted to take it from here and return it to the Crusaders in Canabras. But she never made it here, because she met me. I killed her and devoured her dreams, or rather they devoured me. That's why when I re-emerged from the dream realm, I buried her here. I thought it was the right thing to do. Why did you have to lie? You could have just asked me. I quite like you. I was afraid that you would refuse if there was nothing in it for you. I was afraid you would believe me, and I'm a demon. For centuries it was all I knew. If you want to get something, you get it by lying or by force. Luring you here was so easy, so natural. Lies and manipulation, they are my native language. One I have spoken my entire life. Asking for a favour? Now that is a foreign notion that I have only begun to learn. Everything's clear. So, what are you going to do with me? She awaits with bated breath, her eyes locked on yours. Say what you want, but we can't push her away, and that's what I think. The fact that she's a demon only means that her path of atonement started in the Abyss itself, and will be much longer than others. Sincerely hope the Fifth Crusade will not be the latest casualty in the long line of endeavours that end in ruin because someone decided to trust the word of a demon. Come with me and serve me. Yes, come to me.
Yes. Let's go.
She's actually a character you can use. Oh no. Oh no. And she uses a bow like Wenduag. Who do I get rid of? We need a healer. These three are the untouchables. You're an untouchable actually for getting through. So it's going to be one of you, I'm afraid. Ooh. We just gave the good shield to Sealer. You know what? I think it's Regil. He hates demons so much, and we're getting more and more demons. And Sealer even approves of this demon. Yep, that's it. I'm afraid you're out, Regil. You've got a hammer that hits many times, but I'm afraid we now have Arueshalae. Now let's have a look at what you actually are. Espionage expert. Okay, your arcana's off the stealth and trickery and arcana are hella good. Okay. And perception and persuasion, naturally. Weapon focus, longbow. Welcome to the longbow crew. We'll need to find you one though. And the mythic challenge, your attacks are now less affected by luck. You don't automatically miss when you roll a 1 on an attack roll. Fair enough. And what else did you go for? Deadly aim. When you your first shot is truly devastating damage. Yes. Okay, and brutality incarnate. It'll wound you inflict with your natural attacks are nothing but natural. Your natural attacks now ignore all damage resistance. Okay, let's see what you brought with you. You brought a normal composite longbow +2, which isn't bad. That's decent damage still, but we can probably find you a better one. If we can find those enemies that just have those shock ones again. What's this here? Desna's Aegis. Desna watches over her protege by the will of the goddess. A whirlwind of sacred butterflies carry Arueshalae to safety whenever she faces mortal peril. Oh, so don't let her get low on health, otherwise she'll disappear or something? We can do much better than this, though. We need to return to Dresden, quite clearly, to kit you out with much better equipment than the nothing you're currently using. Okay. And you will have your own story to tell back in Dresden. This episode might just be Arueshalae.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
Disarm. Good grief, man.
My tail is restless. Ask nicely.
Can hear something.
Fine.
Over there, I think there's wolves of some sort.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Let's go ring the bell and stop all the demons in the area. That seems the best bet right now.
Please, allow me.
And you have rapid shots, you have point blank, you have deadly aim, you have ascending succubus vampiric touch. We'll move you there. Ranger's bond. Ranger forms a bond with his companions. This bond allows him to spend a move action to grant his favoured enemy bonus against a single target. Quarry. The character can, as a standard, denote one target within his line of sight quarry. He receives +2 insight bonus and attack rolls with quarry, and all critical threats are automatically confirmed. Okay. Let's make sure we've got the formation correct. You are not a frontliner. We've now moved to a different formation entirely. It's off center still, isn't it? That's annoying. Yeah, here we go.
I will prove my worth.
Perfect. Okay. There's definitely something. We can definitely hear wolves somewhere. They're over there, I'm pretty sure. But to the belfry.
This is my kind of work.
Oh yes. Scroll of Magic Fang. Greater Magic Fang gives all natural weapons or unarmed strikes +1 enhancement. That's not actually that great. Boots of Free Reign. Grants the wearer a permanent effect of freedom of spell movement. Freedom of movement spell, sorry. Oh, what do I have at the moment? Free dance is saving throws against movement impairing. I mean, those boots would just be better, wouldn't they? Where are they? I don't know what that does. Freedom of movement. One of you has this spell. Freedom of movement. Spell enables you or creature to move or attack normally for the duration of the spell, even under the influence of magic that usually impedes movement, such as price, flog, slow, and web. Wait, does that mean I can put the boots on and permanently have the brazen whip also on? Helmet Usker. There's a dent from a power block on the bottom of the edge near the plate. Okay. Where's my whip at? Where's my whip? Where's my whip? Does that now mean it doesn't matter? It doesn't. My boots glow, and I'm no longer slowed because I have that. A flail. Demon's Terror. This +2 radiant flail grants its wielder +4 attack bonus on the first attack against a new demon. Nothing amazing there, actually. Sure we're not doing anything? Okay. That lasts for an hour. Spell inflicts hope, each affected creature +2 morale bonus.
Move out.
And the demons around are now frozen in place. According to our new succubi friend, who's already admitted to lying to us once, to be fair. Let's save, because we've actually done quite a lot there.
Head on.
And it seems a bit strange that there's more to this place. Unless this is somewhere where we would have had to have run up if she'd have teleported away. But we didn't allow that to happen. It doesn't mean there's not things up here that are worth taking and making money from. Oh. Like a Windmaster helmet, +4 bonus on initiatives. What do we currently have on? +2 bonuses against AC. I mean, this more comes down to how it looks now. We're sticking with that. We finally have a helmet and not a little priestly hat. +2 bonus to AC against undead. That sounds very you. It looks awful. Circlet of Wisdom. Why not? Do you use Wisdom at all? Wisdom. You have more Wisdom. Let's just put it up to 16. Looks better on you.
I lead. You follow.
Oh, there was just another way that we didn't even see. Where did we kill the hag? Jarunica. There you are. There's an area over there I wish to explore yet, but I want to loot the hag. And see what's through there. Has it just decided that it's going to take me away from here? Amulet of Circulating Blood. Whenever the wearer of this amulet is under a blood rage, they gain fast healing 5 for the duration of the effect. This amulet can only be worn by a blood rager. Well, well, you are in luck. That lowers my AC by 3, but fast healing on top of my already fast, I think more healing. And then we can give someone more AC. Who do we wish to protect? You only have 20 AC currently. Okay, let's at least get it to 23 now. And who do you want to have bonus against movement impairing? Probably a healer. Yeah. There's definitely something over there.
Over there!
Some money and some flowers. Woo! What's this? It's an old Sokoran diary in a burned building. We'll read it in case it opens something up. Let's do newest again. Newest to oldest. Info. Okay, I didn't think.
I sense
Oh!
I don't steal.
Voljif, my
I encourage people
friend.
to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world, starting with me. This is my kind of work. Pretty good, aren't I?
It doesn't look like anything very special, to be honest. About a physical perfection. Strength, dexterity, and constitution, though. I have +4 on strength, though, don't I? Yeah, that's good. You have the just strength. You've got strength and dexterity. And this is strength, dexterity, and constitution. Const is 16, con is 14. So that way round is much better. Because now your con is 16, and your con is also 16. Giving you a bunch more health. Let's explore there. Is that an area there? No, that's down there. Okay. And then the other area looks like we could go is actually around here. I want to click there and check. I can definitely hear a creature there, though. To the belfry. Is it? Maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just the world wound we can hear. Either or, I think, pretty good, all things considered. Did we get another companion quest off the back of that, or anything? Nothing yet. We do now have... Search for unusual demon activity for the Ivory Sanctum. Oh, we didn't even take the quarterstaff. Quarterstaff +4. It's decent. Not incredible, but it is decent. I want to see as well. I'm going to go back to Dresden and get some better gear on Arueshalae. Can we teleport there? Loving that. Okay. Enter the Citadel. Yes. We're going to go have a chat with Arueshalae, see if we can unlock a little bit more about her. But we're also going to kit out and see what we've got available. I'm also going to look at seeing if having the Raging Sword, attack-wise, is... Arueshalae walks towards you with unusual determination. She looks you straight in the eye, takes a breath to speak, but at the last moment is overcome with shyness. She looks away. Releasing a shaky breath, she quietly says, "We need to talk. You see, it's very serious. I don't want to accept you, but... Your power is slowly turning you into a demon. That is bad, very bad. I don't know, I'm sorry, but I just don't know if I can stay on your side if you continue down this path." What are you gonna... No. I just got you here. You think you can launch yourself, Arueshalae? You're walking on a very thin ice. No, don't say that. What's wrong with me having demonic powers? What's wrong with it? Look around. Haven't you seen what demons have done to your plane? We're at war with them. They're our enemies. Even if you defeat Discari and Baphomet, will it even be worth it if you yourself surrender to the Abyss? No. Like, let's have a look. Chaotic. Why are you concerning yourself with my moral character? We have a common enemy right now. Let's kill them. Whatever comes after that, we'll deal with it together. Maybe you're right. It's just, you only shared a fraction of your power with me. If your power is demonic, won't it corrupt me? Won't it make me go back to the way I used to be? The thought alone makes me want to run far away. What is that? No, is that all you wanted to say though? Yes, talking shit about you, this wasn't easy for me, but please, heed what I said. I'm on the path to Elysium. You're on the path to the Abyss. If nothing changes, sooner or later our paths will diverge. I only just got you! I'm about to kit you out with equipment. Yeah, ungrateful. Okay, weapons. Are there any of these longbows? Scorpion's Kiss, Entrapping Longbow. We'll get it out, but I don't think it'll be better. That's a composite longbow. Delamere's Cursed Bow. Oh, that's the no. That's cursed. We don't use cursed weapon. Is that a longbow? Short bow. Short bow. Hang on. Can we order by type? That's not helped at all, has it? Hasn't actually organised it into bows and such at all. Keen composite longbow 2. Maybe that's better. Right, what I want to test as well, where is the big sword? Lustrous blade. No, it's the great sword, isn't it? It's Gorham's sword as far as I remember. Fang of Malice, is that it? Whenever the wielder of this Fury-born greatsword is under the rage effect, she doesn't suffer the usual -2. 5 to 15. Yeah, nowhere near as good. Nowhere near, unfortunately. Okay. Armour-wise, maybe some medium chainmail. Plus, your chainmail can be activated once per day to grant all allies insight bonuses against demons. Oh, dispersion. Each time the confirms critical hit against the enemy. Grants them piercing damage resistance. Piercing damage. I think this one might be best bet. That's okay. That gives 9 as well. Arueshalae, I'd like to give you much better armour. Weapons wise, you currently do 3 to 10. 3 to 10, 2 to 9. Ugh. So you're not on the same level as 3 to 15 currently. I need to go find more people using those bows, but they were just out in the wild. That does less damage. This does the same damage, but has the keen descriptor, and I can't remember what keen does. Info. Ability doubles the threat range of the weapon. This benefit does not stand. Okay, we may as well give you a keen one as opposed to just a composite one. Well, I'm not super impressed with that, but we'll find something. No. That's getting sold. That's getting sold. That's putting away there. Now, is there anything else we need to think about giving you? I don't think so. What was that? No, that's just the composite longbow we just took off you. And there is another weapon there, Demon's Terror. Put that away. Anything else special we want to sell? Get rid of? No. Okay. Let us go down and speak to her. We'll find her outside somewhere. To the streets. And we'll also sell some stuff while there. I think that's the best bet, to be honest. Right, let's have a look. Where are you on the map? Right by the temple. You're on the way, technically. Not a
Move
problem.
out.
Need to win her over to stay.
Head on.
Well, sir? Take some stuff and take this horrible bow and armor away. We don't want them. Keen Great Axe too. There's just nothing that's going to compare to my weapon for a long time, is there? You don't happen to have any interesting bows, do you? Asking for a friend. The Holy Speed Composite Short Bow. We don't want a short bow. We want a long bow. Shock Keen Longbow +1. If I do that, does it show what they're using? Okay. Arueshalae. Would that shock bow be better for you? It would be better. 14 to 26 as opposed to 16 to 23. Well, better at the higher end. It's rare that we look for weapons for other people. We usually just come across them, but maybe it would be worth looking for once. Did I ever sell any of those bows to you for the other people? You know what I'm like. Doesn't look it, does it? No. Just longbow +2s. What about you? Did I ever sell you anything weird that I might want to buy back? We did sell a lot of scrolls to you. Cloak of Resistances. We come across quite a few cloaks. We probably don't need to buy another one. Imagine trying to use that instead. 1d8. Ugh. Nothing there. Let's check out the blacksmith and see. The disaster. Touch of flaw. Whenever it misses, whenever the +3 axe lands a hit on the enemy suffers or takes -1 penalty to attack rolls. Penalty can stack up to -5. That's not huge at this point, if I'm honest. Nothing there really. Let's now. Who else can I speak to? I believe the one-eyed devil. He usually has something. He's off in this direction, isn't he? Is he downstairs? He is indeed. We're going to do a bit of shopping this episode. So it's slightly longer, so the bulk of battling is all done now. But it's not often that we check out our places after doing some stuff. Let's check out the inn, see if there's anything changed in any of these places. There's a chest in one of these rooms that I can't open because I'm not a rogue. It's very annoying. I believe it's in here. It's in one of these rooms. Can't remember which one it is. But no one... High law. Nope, nothing more. We should get to go into my favourite shop, which is definitely the jewellery store. And you'll see why. If you've never seen it before, because I think the only time I did it was an episode when I was just going around between episodes. What do you have? Really nothing. Well, we get to go. Ah, Fawn, you are still alive. Kaylessa still hasn't done away with you, huh? Let's go to the half measure. I imagine they probably don't like me after the fight at Wendoag's. I've not been here since Wendoag killed some of their patrons, actually. Hello! You have goggles. Why do you have goggles? Plus 10 competence and perception checks whenever the wearer confirms critical hit with any bow. The target becomes disoriented for 1d4 rounds, suffering a -4 circumstance penalty. That's actually really good, but 34,000. But that could boost up Wendoag so much. Hang on, let's have a little look at, because they give plus 10 to perception as well. Does she have high perception? She does have high perception. Does she have the highest perception of anyone? Surely not, though. I think that's me. Yeah, 19, 12, 3, 17, 14, 5, 6, 24 for you, though. You could do with them and go up to 34. 21 for Woljif. He's just good at everything. You could go up to 31. But you don't use a bow. You'd go up to 28. But now the idea of going up to 34. Oh, is it worth it? If she leaves with them, I'll be so mad. Bonus on section whenever the wearer confronts critical hit with any bow. Disorientated is good. We don't often spend much money. Oh, it hurts to do. Oh, God. I bet she looks like a bloody idiot with them as well. Swag! In a full golden suit with her golden headband and her golden goggles. But her perception checks are now just ridiculous. Does it even show it? Did it add it on? 34 perception. 34. Determines when we're not surprised in the camp. I mean, Jesus. Well, it's worth talking to him to lose 34,000 gold. Let's go shopping at other places and see if there is anything else we want to spend. I think we've gone to all the shops, yeah, apart from my favourite shop, which is this one, the Jewellery Artisan. Because look at it. Look at that thing. Show me your wares. Okay. Not often we come in here. This is where we bought the phylactery for Darren. We sold some stuff here as well, to be fair. Derek Sunhammer's jewellery. We've not got anything in bulk to sell, have we? No. Amulet of Mighty Fists. No, we don't use unarmed attacks. Nothing really there. Because I sold you these. I am disappointed in you. The inn had a really good item, but you didn't. Okay, I think that's all the people I can buy from, technically. There's abandoned buildings, and a house, and a prison. Do you have anyone in the prison? We let the doppelganger go, didn't we, for a laugh, just to see how that would change things going forward. But it's been a while since I've gone to the prison. I organised there to be prison fights, so I wonder if there are actually fights going on down here. That'd be quite cool. Oh, well, I am disappointed. Why is this one open? Oh. Let's hope that choice might actually make a difference. We're fine with that, though. Let us then go speak to Arueshalae. Is Wendoag usually down here? She's usually with Sol. I don't see Sol there. Mongol's attention is focused on an unusual standoff happening in the centre of the circle. Wendowag is staring down at a few large, scar-covered Mongols, their furious gazes locked. Their bodies are tense, their fingers curled like claws. A soft but menacing growl emerges from Wendowag's mouth, and all her opponents kneel, grunting, lowering their heads in an easily recognised pose of submission. Only one of them remains standing. He's not the largest, but he's wiry and has clearly seen many battles. Wendowag's reaction is lightning fast, slamming him into him like a whirlwind. She makes her opponent drop to the ground with a series of ruthless blows. That's better. You will remember who your queen is. She will only listen to me and obey without thinking. And to anyone who stands in her way, death and blood. It's her way. We'll watch. Having defended her position as chief, Wendowag speaks to the tribe. Instead of words, she uses body language, growls, and pointed glares. The Mongols seem to understand her perfectly, the embodiment of respect and obedience. What's going on? Master, what are you doing here? Wendowag turns to you in surprise, a displeased scowl crossing her face. Turning to you, Mongols bare their teeth angrily as if sensing their leader's irritation. Why are your Mongols snarling at me? They just don't know you, Master. An unfamiliar voice, an unfamiliar smell. There is only one leader in a pack, and for them that's me, but my loyalty, of course, belongs to you completely. I'll repeat my question then. What's going on here? Tossing her head, the displeasure melts from Wendowag's voice as she replies to an unusual syrupy differential tone. I'm teaching them obedience. The Neethers need to feel the strength of my hand. Only then will they obey. From time to time, they need to be reminded who's in charge in the cave. You really do treat them like animals. We are quite animalistic by nature, but that is good, not bad. When we accept the demonic power, it purges us of trivial things, such as mercy and doubt. Animals don't have these weaknesses, and we, the Neethers, take the best from both halves of our nature, the animal and the human. So these are your worries now, not mine? Smiling crookedly, Wendowag replies with an ostentatious meekness. Master, how could I even consider betraying someone as powerful as you? Please take my warriors and command them. The Mongols look at you with hostility, their low growls forming a menacing chorus. Too bad I'm the only one among your servants who knows how to deal with the Neethers and command them. I'm afraid, Master, they simply won't listen to anyone else. Wendowag makes a show of lowering her gaze to the floor, indicating that she sincerely regrets this turn of affairs. I've already asked that. Why is it not grayed out? Only then when they obey, yeah. You do treat them harshly. The chief's hand must be firm. I need to remind my warriors why I have power of life and death over them. If they doubt my hand, if they doubt my right to lead them, even for a moment the tribe will fall. Your warriors should show me greater respect. But Master, none of them would dare show you any disrespect, for they know how sincerely I admire and how keen I am over every order. I could play Let's Play Your Game, Kneel Wendowag. Oh, do we do that? With a helpless look at you, Wendowag slowly kneels and lowers her head, assuming the same pose of submission. Letting out snarls of spite, the Mongol watch you out of the corner of their eyes. You can see curiosity, cautious respect in their face. Their growling no longer seems menacing. Wendowag looks at you with humility and respect. She nods, and the spark of satisfaction lights in her eyes. My warriors will remember who is in charge here, and so will I. I hope this will be a lesson to you. Play it being queen if you like, but don't forget your place. No. Enough. I'm satisfied there, as you wish. Yeah, I thought she was in a different place. What were you doing here then? Very strange. Sealer's usually down here. It's been a while since we've gone and spoken to Arinso? Arsino. Do you sell things? You just help with a cleric. Half of the pair. Whenever two creatures wearing different halves of this pendant are 10 feet within distance. I'd like interesting things. Not necessarily items. Cloak of resistance +3. It's probably quite... It's cheap. And I probably sold it to you annoyingly. Coin of protection. The coin grants its wearability to any ally... Specialist doubt? No. These are all things I sold to you a long time ago. And now some of them are worthwhile. We'll take that. Spent a lot of money, but need her physically to be able to survive. Just looks so ostentatious, though. Okay. Arueshalae. The girl's ruby eyes stare watchfully as passers-by who didn't notice her even at arm's length. She turns to you, her face a mixture of contemplation, sadness, and admiration. They're amazing, aren't they? We are being attacked by demons with unusual powers. Do you know anything about them? Arueshalae thinks a long while. Finally she answers hesitantly. Back in Lucianera, there were rumours about terrible experiments that Baphomet and Discari performed on their troops to make them stronger. Here on the material plane, these rumours were embellished with lots of details. Some say the demons undergo rituals acquired by Zon Cthulhu. Others say they feed upon the blood of angels, or Klipoths, or demon lords. Still, others say there are no experiments, and Baphomet is just bringing back fighters from the future, a future in which the demons have already taken all of Golarion. If there's the grain of truth in all these rambles, there's no way to know. Naturally, none of these rumours gave any indication of where the demons come from. I'm sorry I can't help. The only thing is clear is that the lowly fighters in the army of the Abyss are as puzzled by this as we are. What are you doing here, then? I'm watching. I'm listening to their conversations, studying their faces, trying to understand what they truly are. Have you learned anything new about them? They love cats. You're not wrong. Arueshalae speaks in a very serious manner as if sharing an important scientific discovery with you, but then a moment later she smiles and gives the joke away. Seriously, have your observations led to anything? I wouldn't want to draw any rash conclusions. I only seem watching this for a short while, but I think I've understood one thing. The succubi have a saying, mortals always lie. If a mortal isn't lying, it means she's busy lying to herself. But now I see this isn't true. You mortals aren't liars, you're dreamers. Each of you creates a huge daydream for yourself and everyone you share your life with. It isn't exactly a lie, because the daydream is your truth. Why do you watch people? You know, in my old life, I thought I knew everything about them. I was a master of seduction, after all. I knew how to tempt a mortal into doing anything I required. I could trap them in a lie, or lie myself and never get caught. It's disgusting to remember that was the way of my life for many centuries. Now I see I knew nothing. A demon warrior probably also considers himself an expert on mortals because he's killed so many of them. He certainly knows where to thrust a spear for a quick death and where to thrust it for a long and painful one. And I think that's enough. My knowledge was of the same kind. I ruined many mortals without learning the first thing about them. Now I watch them to understand. This won't give my victims back their lives, of course, but still. By growing closer to these mortals is like paying back for some part of my debt to the victim's memories. I'm not going to say she's being creepy. Tell me about yourself, then. I'm afraid you won't like what I'm about to tell you. Where does Succubi come from? No, well, yes. In brief, the Abyss is nothing like the mortal world. You remember life since conception. No, wait, you don't remember that part, do you? But certainly you know everything since birth. We do not. Normally, when a human dies, the Lady of Graves decides which plane they go to. Most often, those who arrive in the Abyss turn into larvae. You know, the little worms no one notices until you step on them. They crawl in the mud for centuries, devouring each other, and the strongest one turns into demons. I don't know how that transformation happens. Maybe we hatch out of them, like caterpillars out of butterflies. No, wait, it's the other way round. Or maybe greater demons sculpt us out of them, like so much clay. I don't know what happened to the larvae, and that they used to make me. And my own memory, it begins with vague, fragmentary images, terrors, executions, orgies. I remember some poor lad half gnawed by a larva who was crying and begging to be killed, and I pointed at him and laughed and said I wouldn't. Doesn't forgive me, I'm so ashamed. How did you end up turning them? Temptation. Strange, isn't it? So many people believe that being good is important, but it's boring and unpleasant, and all that's enjoyable and tempting pertains to evil. Even the servants of kind gods often think so, do they not? You have no idea how easy that makes the role of a temptress. Well, it was my great fortune to discover that it's not always like that. My last victim was a priestess of Desna, the tender of dreams. As you know, the demons do not sleep. Mortals always compare their greatest moments to dreams, so I decided it would be interesting to see for myself, and while I was at it, forgive me, goddess, to mock Desna. Priestess lay in my arms dying of my kiss. I remember every smallest detail, the cold sweat on her skin, her eyes rolled back into her head, her weak whisper. It's so difficult to recount. Well, I dove into her mind to see what mortal dreams were like, but the goddess saw me in her realm, and it turned out I remained there far longer than I planned. What did Desna do to you, then? As a punishment, she gave me mercy. I often think, why me? She could easily have blown me away like smoke with a flick of her finger. The gods rarely trouble themselves with the lives of mortals, and even less so with demons, but for some reason, for reasons of her own, she paid me special attention. She awoke in me the memories of the sinners whose souls were used to create me. All those humans, I knew nothing of them until Desna showed me. Each of them had their own dreams, and a world without pity trampled each of them and placed them on a path that led to the abyss. Their memories, all their hopes and pain. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to talk about this. The most important thing I realized was that every mortal is a little world of hopes and dreams, and that although I might be a succubus, I didn't have to live forever with those beastly, boring pleasures and tortures of the abyss. I can be free, I can be myself, if only I can understand who I am. You don't know who you are? What of you? Do you know who you are? Are there any mortals who can make that claim? Fair point. Before returning to the mortal realm, Desna whispered something to me. I can still hear her words. She asked me, "And what do you dream of?" And I don't know. I still don't. You see, demons are simple creatures. Each is guided by 2 or 3 strong sins. Before my conversion, my sins were all I was. A ball of desire without anyone behind them doing the desiring. Desires for sex, flattery, and food. But now I have me, and it's amazing, but it's so complicated. What did you do after you were converted? I travelled. In the beginning I thought it was wise to keep away from the demons and their temptations, run off to Absalom, or perhaps even further to another plane. But then I realised that I didn't deserve freedom yet. The abyss was still in me, it called to me, tempting me, seducing me. If I ran away, it would soon return to my old habits. That's why I came here, to join the war, to remember who my enemy is, to defeat the demons, not just for the mortal world, but for myself as well, because if I don't kill my past, it will always be reaching for me. I'm a wonderful liar. I'm no longer proud of it, but it's still true. The demons never suspected my treason until the very end. I lived as a spy and regularly reported back to the priest of Desna whatever I learned. Naturally, I concealed my identity from them as well. I'd never been caught, but when I learned that Descaria was planning an attack on Canabras, there was no time for caution. I risked everything to warn you, and paid with my freedom. You know, with my help, you return and inflict terrible vengeance on all the demons who put you through that. Amazing, the anarchy of the abyss was slavery for you, but you found freedom in the army. No, like, we could go and kill all those demons. Turn to the abyss? Why? I don't even want to look at it. So you worship Desna now. Your goddess did a lot for me, more than I ever deserved. Asking anything more of her would be impudent. I'm grateful to her, but I try not to struggle with my prayers. May I ask you a personal question? The kind of question a mortal might ask a succubus. You want to talk about sex? Ask me anything, I'll not keep secrets from you, but don't expect me to keep anything light-hearted or pleasant. Kiss of a succubi is deadly, isn't it? Not just a kiss, any caress of any kind sucks the life from mortals, and there's nothing I can do about it. For mortals, tenderness is tenderness and violence is violence, but I don't know what it's like to kiss and not inflict pain. I just hope my observations of mortals will help me understand. Young lovers, old spouses, even what mortals condemn as promiscuity. To me it all looks something amazingly human. You know, a drop of vital energy is a small price to pay for your kiss. Don't joke like that, for me it's not a joke at all. I'm not kidding, I can easily spare a bit of vital essence for the sake of a kiss. Ooh. I never want to feel such pleasure again, not with anyone ever. If I kiss anyone, I want to be sure that the kiss brings us both pleasure, not pain. I should like to kiss someone again, but not only as a mortal, not as a demon. Wait, you mean you don't just watch people during the... Wait, you mean you don't just watch people during the day out in the street? Well, I never touch anyone, I never harm anyone, I just watch and listen. Is that bad? She's just watching people have sex. No, it's not bad, just don't get caught. I can promise you that. What is sex between demons like? Ooh. Everything demons do is sort of cannibalism. Each devours mortals and other demons in their own way. Some enjoy literally tearing off pieces of flesh with their teeth, others to subdue and turn their prey into slaves and living tools. Some feed on others' humiliation. It comes in different forms, but the essence is always the same. Another being is an object to be used for your own pleasure. Demon sex doesn't differ from any type of violence. In my former life, it was something I did to others, or others did to me. Only one person ever received pleasure, not the other. Do you still feel desire? You see, on the one hand, my succubus nature remains with me. I feel the desire I feel is the one from my old life. When I look at my mortal, I immediately imagine how. But the feeling, that desire, is not what mortals feel. When you like someone, you don't ponder. When you like someone, you don't ponder how good it would feel to drink their soul, do you? You think about how good it would feel to be together. Together, you see. You know how to want someone at the same time not want to destroy them. For me, it's always one and the same. I'm not even talking about love, just the common mutual affection of mortals. When they're not poisoned with violence, now I know that I've never felt it. It's hard to imagine how it's even possible. Love is a wonderful feeling. I believe you will be able to experience it someday. I hope so. It's just that I don't deserve it. Who would dare love a predator from the abyss, who, by her very nature... Oh, if I touch her, though, that means I get hurt, doesn't it? Gently touch me. I believe in you. I can help you if you'll let me. Her fingers briefly touch the heated skin, and she anxiously jerks her hand back. Her eyes shine with fear, hope, and something new, fragile, and tender. So that makes her surprisingly like her. I will. Thank you for being so open. Okay, tell me about your life in the abyss. We're almost through everything. There's a lot to go through. This episode will literally just be called Arueshalae. Can't tell you about all of the abyss. I've only seen a small part of it. If you like, I can tell you about the Midnight Isles of Arueshalae. I'm from there. Well, I've been there, so not from there. Tell me about the Isles. In the ocean of Ishar, not far from the mouth of the river Styx, there is a chain of islands. This is the realm of Nocticula, the queen of the succubi. There is no sun there. Only the moonlit night alternating with a moonless one. Each of the islands is one of Nocticula's trophies, the remains of a powerful entity that perished at her hands. As you see, you cannot take a step in the abyss without treading on corpses. Tell me about Arueshalae then. I've been there. The Porphyry city is Nocticula's capital. There's no city like it in the mortal world. Absalom is a village in comparison. Millions, I don't exaggerate, millions of demons and mortals live there. Some come voluntarily, not only from Galarian, but from other planes as well. Nocticula keeps an open boundary and enjoys having many guests, merchants, and travellers in the city. Some arrive in chains. The slave trade is the most thriving business in the city. From afar, the city may seem a merry place. Many of its dwellers do enjoy themselves, until it's their turn to become someone else's toy. It's a city suffering. Of cheerful, festive torments that everyone in the city inflicts on those around them. What are some places of interest, Arueshalae? I've been there. The heart of the business core is the flesh markets, where the slave trades take place. I grew up in the mansion of Lady Velexia. Her house is always full of guests, doing their best to entertain her. Those whose performances are not to her liking risk remaining at the house forever. The main attraction of the succubi city is, of course, the brothels, the 10,000 delights. I need not tell you what they offer. If you can imagine it, someone is selling it. Not far from there, you can find the harem of ardent dreams, which serves as a sort of city hall. Chimera, Nocticula's right hand and mayor of Arueshalae, receives her visitors there. For those who prefer bloodier sport, there are many arenas in the city. The most famous of them is the Battle Bliss. Battles run continuously without breaks and without rules. It doesn't matter what trickery you use to win, it only matters how much fun the crowd is having. And above it all, the House of Silken Shadows, Nocticula's palace. Hundreds, thousands of towers and domes adorned with jewels. There are legends of what happens inside. Many have striven to experience the delights of the succubi queen's palace, forgetting that it was built for her pleasure, not theirs. What can you tell me about Nocticula? She's called the Lady in Shadow. They say that she was the first succubus. She's far from the most powerful of the demon lords, but this hasn't kept her from being the ruin of many creatures significantly more powerful than herself, even building her kingdom upon their bodies. They say that, like Lamashtu, she strives to turn herself from a demon lord into a true goddess. She enjoys killing, but her favourite tools are seduction and deception. She only stoops to crude violence when there are no other games to play, and even then she backstabs from the shadows. Her favourite weapon is a crossbow, though a silk garrote would suit her better. If you should ever meet her, do not believe a word she says, and do not fall for provocations. Do not try to beat her at her own game, and most importantly, remember, the worst mistake anyone can make is to underestimate her. What do you think of the powers I gave you? It's a great temptation. I don't know if I should be trusted with such power. I certainly wouldn't trust myself with it. When you have so much power, it's easy to decide you're a god and the mortals are your toys. Perhaps I should wait until we defeat the forces of the abyss. That's precisely what these powers are for. You take a great risk. I'm not sure I can handle the temptation. It's hard enough as it is. Okay, we have managed everything there. We have spoken to her, we've bought her some swaggy goggles, and now we can head out to, well, I don't actually know where the areas on the map are, so we will rest here. No, we'll save because something might happen following the rest. So we'll save here, and we'll start the next episode off by resting straight away and going on from there. But until next time.